Well, I got all the excess turf swept up and went ahead and put it in this container here in case I need to use it for the rest of the display, which I probably will. But you can see how this looks, and I'll just go ahead and take this bridge out so you can get a better look at this. You can see, unfortunately, there's a couple spots I'm going to have to go back and fix. I don't know if those were spots I missed when I was brushing the glue on, or if just the turf didn't adhere properly, but you can see how it looks, and I think it turned out very nice, even around the bridge supports. Looks good there too, over on this side. I left this way intentionally because being the tracks are over here, I think the ballast is going to come out to the edge of the bridge support there, so I'm not concerned about that. But next thing I'm going to do is put a layer of glue water like what I have here. This is the 50-50 mix I was using to basically saturate the glue when I put it down a little bit. I'm going to go back and put that over this, and then I'm going to get to work on, I got to put some gravel down for that crossover there, and see about doing more work in here and try to figure out what I'm doing here and here. So I went ahead and put that glue water mixture over top of the turf I had down, and to do that I actually used a spray bottle. I just put the mixture in that and sprayed it on, made it a lot easier. And then I also went back and put more turf down over where apparently it missed the first time. So you can see that those white spots that were there are now gone. And I'm going to wait till this glue water mix dries, and then I'll go in and put the crossover in over there and do down here what I want to do. I'm going to wait to ballast the tracks till later, but in the meantime I just want to get more grass down and some gravel and figure out what I'm doing here. After I sprayed the grass with that glue water mixture, I decided to go ahead and let it dry overnight, and now I'm currently in the process of brushing glue on this area here where the crossover is going to be, and I think I pretty much got that coated. And I'm going to be using Woodland Scenic's fine ballast. This is gray, number B1375, and to do this is a little different than what I did with the grass, because I'm actually going to be using a spoon to sprinkle this on here because I don't want it all over the place. Okay, so that's the crossover done. I got the gravel down, and you can see I sprinkled a little bit of dirt on top of that. And to do that I used this blended turf. This is Earth Blend number T1350. And I did this because I wanted this crossover to be given more of a not really traveled look and a look of not really maintained. And I think overall it looks pretty realistic, at least in my opinion. But I can just take my patrol car here and set it up like that, and there I got a speed trap. Or another thing, I can take my ambulance coming along the eastbound lane here, gets called to respond to an emergency, does a U-turn and starts down the westbound lane. But yeah, overall quite happy with that. But while I was waiting for the glue to dry over there, I also put together this temporary cardboard shed. This is pretty much what I want the shed to look like that I'm going to put here. You know, I got my 2 bays, and then there will be a small walk-through door right here. And like I said, this is just temporary because I'm actually going to be building the actual shed out of this, I call it hardboard material, but I've used this to build a lot of my buildings. I've got another sheet of this up in the garage, I believe. But yeah, and you can see how it looks, where it's going to go, and then in relation to the road. And I'll have a drive coming back this way, bit of a drive in here, and I think I'm just going to leave this area over here grass. I don't know, it's all going to depend. Got to get the building done first. Well, I went out to the garage, and sure enough, I managed to find another sheet of this material. And this is what I'm going to use to make that building right there. And I actually built one similar to this a couple years ago, and it was my custom tractor repair shop. And the way I designed it was the same deal. Came up with a plan, drew it out, came up with measurements, and imported all that into my computer to make a blueprint, and basically transferred all that over to the material, cut out the front, the back, the two sides, and later on went in and cut out the doors as well. But you can see here with a little bit of paint and some custom decaling, it's a pretty impressive little shop. And it looks even better when you have it on the display and you got all the little toolboxes and workbenches in there. But I probably won't go as over the top with this building as I did with the other one, because I want this to sort of have a bit of a knocked back look. Like, it's not going to be as fancy. But I think what I'm going to do now is go ahead and start importing measurements and designs and such into my computer to make a blueprint for that building there, and hopefully go ahead and get all that transferred over to the material and maybe get parts cut out tomorrow. So in the meantime, take care, and I'll see you in a little bit.